This is a judgmental poem about boys. Or maybe myself. For boys, falling in love is as though we are the predator and you are a badge or memento, and now we should hunt. For boys, to be romantic is to own a spastic ferret heart, to be transfigured from a once intoxicated bonfire to chapel. For boys, to seizure is sexy time. To welt like a fermenting prune is sexy time. To wear ammunition as your bodysuit is definitely sexy time. Boys, it is essential that you save a girl. A girl is always going to be a beached starfish. And this is maybe not true. A girl is helpless in a cocoon of nylon fields and processed whale fat. This is maybe not true. A girl can mistake a rapist for her ex-boyfriend, dye her jeans to match her bed sheets. She is a trembling machine. This is probably not true. A girl's hands are man-made. Her car is man-made. The fever between her face and the mirror is man-made, but for boys, this is never gonna be enough. To trust a girl, you must bring your broken to her on a Bible. You must fuck her, broken, like they did in the Old Testament, rapture and wound. If you do not have any pain, bring someone else's. Certainly your mother's. Now, to trust a girl to love you is all weed fingers and mushy barracks business. For boys, commitment means the enemy has entered the building of your forefathers and now you can hear them all praying for you. A girl's heart is the holiest grail, strung up on an electrical fence. Her affection is the migration of birds, also a mistake in nature, also man-made. Love is a banquet of rifles. The heart is shaped like a shield. Here's some tips on how to build a weapon. Don't forget the dynamite. Everything else just waits there, waiting to leave you. For boys, this is both sensational and depressing. Love is a brand new color, man-made, so it's becoming difficult to trust what was bred into your hands. Thank you. Dressed in wood and tile, they wake me every time I'm close to comfort. Once, I slept between the toilet and the sink just to prove I could fit there, between the grooves of ceramic. I curl against myself well. Though these things are hard to say at first, those times when we all lie. Perhaps it is the short glances, smart remarks about shoes and family that make us worthy of each other. She's better at pronouncing words in other languages than I am at speaking English, watching TV, or being romantic. I tried not to notice, but the tiny spots staining the fabric of her dress, they fit so well I would have welcomed that acne in high school, back when true love was a trip to Vegas, full of neon signs and cardboard fancy. I want to know things about what the curves of her spine would say on the subject of Vegas, or perhaps what her city looks like at night when it's cold and breath is a fog that rolls over me as though it came from heaven like a miracle resurrection. And in the morning, I still have not moved. The floor is whimpering. I count the dots of her dress, but keep calm. She is a body length away from me, sleeping, and I sense this distance could leave me heartbroken one day. Isn't it strange the way all those short glances, long-winded verbs, and initial impressions cannot prepare you for when you awake and realize you've stayed? How to be a sex worker. It's being college educated to the point that 2 jobs and debt leave you with such an ache that morning is a bugle hung on the drum of your earbone whispering, start crawling. So you give up hope to save your wallet's soul. It's a cold shower beforehand, 3 stabs of something that smell like whiskey, a fake name, and an unapologetic willingness to bend over backwards just to lift that woman's shame. It's carving a space between her thighs with the palm of your hand until she quivers in a puddle of her own seawater. It's learning what menopause smells like when it feels young again. It's your youth for her savings, her allowance, her orgasm. Remember, this is what you get paid for. It's a hot bath when you return back home. Several glasses of red wine, tucking your name and its accessories in the back of your sock drawer. After the first month, your hands will seem larger, like a simple carving knife. You will notice a lingering quality to the way that strangers look at you in hotel lobbies. At first, you will call them jealous, then justice. It's remembering to exhale at the right moments, as though her orgasm, it brought you some relief. She will appreciate this. She might give you a computer, or an iPod, or the keys to the Beamer she keeps in the Chicago garage, but it's forgiving yourself when you forget and inhale sharply at the wrong moments, like when people who know your dad, who wear Oxford shirts and patterned pastels, shake your hand, smell its secret, and ask, so, what do you do? During the second month, you will find new and creative ways to embrace the ulcer, the bottle of Tums, the notion that she is not unlike your mother. You will fistfight your imperfections by buying them some beers, dye your hair blue, get a red tattoo, give up the goal of a creative internship for her naivety about possible futures and tentative plans of salsa dancing in Argentina. It's a bag packed and ready in the corner of your closet in case one of them calls, in case their husband ditches out for his closet concubine, that skinny boy twink she saw pictures of in disturbing poses. By the third month, you will say, maybe this is bigger. Maybe this is not about sex. And you will have tricked yourself out of the self-loathing, which is good, which is so good. Because when you arrive back home, when you have forgotten about the bath overflowing for an hour, your head sandwiched between its tiles and your childhood, when cracks and too much wine brand grid lines of get me the fuck out of here into your cheekbones, when nighttime is a bloody nose that will not go away, and you meet a really nice girl but can't seem to touch her with such unresolved hands, that is when you will say aloud so that all your bones can hear you and the neighbors are banging on the walls, this is nothing to do with sex. By the fourth month, before getting into bed, if you have not already acquired an addiction, you will find that you are obsessively checking your wallet just to be reminded it's full, counting and recounting with a fervor as steady as the pedophile's stare. You will rarely put said wallet down when you are alone, suddenly just a junkie with an empty needle left breathing in his arm. The one who loves is greater than love. He who grinds two sticks together can battle the wind, can promise it something tangible. I left all my oxygen in my mother's lungs, and now wait for the hurricane of her last breath. I have been cursed with alcohol, but also blood. I gave every cell to my sister's veins. The skin hugs the airless organs of my body in hopes that she will not discover it. She has been imprisoned for much longer than her sentence would suggest. My whiskey likes to dissolve in cranberry juice and ice water. Longing is a shower's steam disappearing against the mirror. Soldiers feel most alive when they dress in the morning. I am most lonely while naked. Legacy is a starved dinner table, my mother's cough, the barstool stories, what we stole from the bar stools. I want to be loved more than I love. And for this, I am the soil, palms turned up towards the storm.